Doc here. Just thought I'd do my first ever Funnel Doc live. So for those of you joining in after this gets started or watches the replay, please put hashtag replay. As you can see, we're at my beautiful pool here in my backyard. For those coming over to Thrive, by the way, this is where the party's happening. So we got the cabana over here, we got a jacuzzi, we got palm trees and shit, so we're ready. So Friday, or it's the 13th, I believe. I'm not sure what day the actual day is, but it's the 13th. Any of you guys coming to Thrive? What's up, Atlanta? Hey, you guys. Hey, Christy. Nice to see you guys. Please let me know if you want to come. Party's here. We'll have a good time. It'll be great. We're lots of networking, lots of wonderful people. So anyway, Funnel Doc Live. So what we're doing here is I'm going to be doing like daily where I'm going to come in. I'm going to talk about things like marketing, mindset, funnels, you know, all the things that I'm specialized at, and just talk with you guys. And I wanted to have it so it was like, you know, Monday through Friday about this time, or maybe a little earlier every day. But I just wanted to give you guys a little heads up of what's going to be coming in the future. For you guys joining in that don't know my story now, my name's Jeff Bannock. I'm going to give you guys a little quick synopsis here of it. I joined the military straight out of high school. I actually graduated June 6th, June 9th. I was standing tall in boot camp. So I did 4 years of military, got him out of the military. Hey, Sean, what's up, man? Got out of the military. Wonderful time in there, but just wasn't for me. Started doing personal training. Did that for quite a while. Had some adventures, had some ups, had some downs. At one point, I was even homeless during the downs, so it got pretty bad. Things got a little bit better. Was running a gym at one point. Believe it or not, I started playing poker. This is when Chris Moneymaker, I don't know if any of you guys know who he was, came out, and everybody was into poker. So I started playing poker too, and started doing really well. And of course, if you are good at poker, what do? You go to Vegas, right? So I went to Vegas for a while, did that for like about 3 years, did really well. Started getting down in the money a little bit, and decided to give up poker. Went back to doing training and running gyms. And during this time, I was learning about marketing. I was learning about like the sales process of how to close people, how to hook people, what's needed in a person's thought process, so that you can actually take a person and walk them through the process of transformation so that they can see the results at the end of the tunnel. And this helped me a lot with the copy and things I was developing for later on in my career. But again, this is in fitness. So I started getting a little bit older. I take some time off. I try and do some other things, take like about a year or so off trying to find myself. I've already met Tori during this time. We've gotten married. During the 3 years I take off, I get out of shape. I get older. And, you know, when you get older, people don't want you in the fitness industry as much. So it's a lot harder to find a job. And then a lot of you guys have heard we hit some hard times, you know. Tori was the beautiful person she is, was supporting me and supporting us. And she unfortunately lost her job. So all of a sudden we went from paycheck to barely paycheck to, you know, no paycheck at all. And it got really bad. And some of you guys heard the story about how I had to pawn my wife's ring to be able to pay rent. That was can't believe. And the reason why I'm starting today is because that was, believe it or not, all that was like a year ago today, which is crazy to think that just this time a year ago, we were that bad up. I mean, I'd done Kevin's funnel at this point, and he was doing really good. We were on track to 1 million, but no one knew who I was yet. I didn't have a lot of clients, you know. It was rough. I mean, there was a point where we were actually in line here, standing in food lines to be able to get food so that we could eat. But and Tori stuck through me the whole time. You know, it was God, it was so hard to believe that, like, you know, look at this, and we have a nice pool and things now. It's just so crazy to think that's come so far in such a short amount of time. But anyway, we fight through all that, and you know, this time is right about in another month from now, when we hit the viral launch, which was September 15th of last year. That's when things started really picking up for me. You know, people started knowing who I was. We'd hit the 2 comma by then. We actually broke the record. We were fastest ever to 1.2 million in sales in 57 days. So people were starting to talk. I met Akbar Sheik for the first time. I met JR for the first time. That's where we all had Gary Vee come and speak to us. And I was actually able to set the world record with ClickFunnels. So it was amazing. So yeah, it was just an amazing time. And now since a year has passed, I just wanted to sort of like catch everyone up on what's happened since then, because this last year has just been crazy since things took off. So after we had the viral launch, I started getting my name out there. Things started doing well. Kevin and I were blowing it up. And Kevin, being the awesome guy he is, he was constantly wanting to support me during this, and was helping me to get my name out there. And so it was sort of still slow roughly through the beginning of the year, up to like January. And if anyone ever has any questions, hit me up, hit hashtag replay and hit me up with a question, or in the chat if you want to know something about my story or what I'm going to be teaching over this time or things we're going to be going over, please, because I want this to be like interactive and not me just sit here talking to you guys the whole time. But anyway, so we were rolling along. We were doing good. Things had sort of still were slow. They had really picked up until it started picking up in roughly February, right before Funnel Hacker. We had the NinjaCon in Puerto Vallarta, where I was blessed enough. Kevin asked me to come and speak about ClickFunnels and messenger bots while we were there, and met a lot of wonderful people. Met Casey from Viral Launch. Met all the Dave, his warehouse. I mean, it's just all these wonderful people while I was there, and that was sort of the start of everything as things were starting to grow. And my name was starting to get out there, and I was starting to provide value for people. I was still hitting some good funnels here and there, that type of thing, and Kevin and I were doing really, really well. So we hit Puerto Vallarta. Then after that, I was blessed enough that while I was at Viral Launch, or the ClickFunnels viral launch, my original mentor, and this is what's crazy, is my original mentor in the day back in fitness was Bedros Keuilian. That I was learning all my sales, everything about fitness and training and how to be a salesman and how to make the sale from him. And he was the one that introduced me to DotCom Secrets. And that was almost a year from the time that I had been introduced to .com. Or it'd been I think it'd been close to a year since I'd been introduced to .com Secrets. So that was pretty amazing, because again, it's that whole year cycle. And Bedros was there, and he invited me to go to his event called, it was Fitness Business Summit. So as a VIP. So Tori and I went there. That was right after AdCon. Then after NinjaCon. Then we had AdCon. It was with Dan Henry's event. We went down and we got our 10K event, because we've been starting to do well in our agency, and we were actually up to making 10K a month now in residual income from like Facebook ads and things. So it was starting to get really, really good, and things were starting to pick up. And so we did that, and then after that it was Funnel Hacker. So then after Funnel Hacker, you can only imagine, we got our 2 comma, we went on stage, I met everyone. It was just amazing. And since then, business is quadrupled. I'll never forget it, because it was there that I actually met Akbar Sheikh. I met him at the viral launch, but we were really talking, and I decided to join his inner circle. And I remember when I joined his inner circle, we were sitting down, and we were trying to decide, we were setting up goals. We were like, how much do you think you're going to make next year, Jeff? And in the next year. And I was sitting there, and I had not made any amount of money. And I'm not saying this to try and brag that we're doing well now, but we're doing pretty good now. And to me, back then, I was like, well, we'd done like 60 grand or something up to that point. And I was like, well, dude, if we could just double that and do like 120, I'd be like, I couldn't imagine what it'd be like to do 120,000. And he was like, well, I think you're going to do way more than that, but we'll see. We'll write that down. So we wrote down like 150,000 for my goal. And the funny thing is like last month we did over 100,000 just last month. So you can imagine the shock of this growth it's been, because just like I said, just before, right around Funnel Hacker, where I just joined Akbar's group before Funnel Hacker, we'd set up this goal. And now here it is, almost a year later. I guess we're 4 months? I think, does anyone know 4 months? When's February? Yeah, we're like 4 or 5 months from Funnel Hacker. And we're already over $500,000 in sales this year, in funnel sales and whatnot. So to look back on that and see the progression, it's just amazing. And hey, what's up, Osmond? Good to have you in the chat, man. It's a really amazing time. And I just wanted to do this because not only to help educate people, but also to inspire people. So that's what the Funnel Doc Live is going to be about. Sorry, I got off on tangent, started talking Thanks, Amanda. Started talking about, my past a little. I want to just give you guys insight for those who don't know me watching this for the first time. A little bit of my story from here to there. And now the new news that I'm going to be sharing, you guys will soon see that I have now gotten my second 2 comma. That's right. I'm one of the few individuals on earth, I think there's like 30 of us, that have 2 commas or more. Yeah, so that's pretty amazing. I'll be getting that soon. I'll be tracking that, tracking my progress. One of the things I'm also going to be coming out with is I have a mini course that I'm going to be putting out to you guys. It's going to be totally free. Some of that will be actually launching on Monday, so keep your eyes out for that. One of the things it will do is walk you through my steps of how I design out and my thought process and what's needed to create a $1 million funnel. Hi, Mom. Sharon, that's my mom. Great to have you. Congratulations on the second. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Osman. I really do, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, so for you guys who don't know, this is my funnel. I am the guy with the funnel hacker tattoo. The funny thing is I got this tattoo before I ever got my 2 comma. Before I even had done anything in ClickFunnels, I got this as like a promise to myself that I was going to do something great in ClickFunnels, because after Bedros introduced me to Russell's .com Secrets, it changed my life. Like, Russell, if you happen to ever watch this video, I know I tell you this all the time, dude, but seriously, brother, you changed my life, man. Reading .com Secrets, if you don't have the book, Google .com Secrets right now. It's a free plus shipping offer, which means you'll just pay a couple bucks for the book. They'll ship it to you, which you're actually paying just for the shipping. Books for free, and it's an excellent book. That and Expert Secrets. Get those 2 books because they will change your life. They did for me. They're the things that literally led to me being able to sit here by the pool with you guys right now and be able to do this Facebook Live and be able to share these wonderful events that I'm having, But that's the reason why I want to do this too, is some of the different things I've been working on, my mindset, all those different things. I wanted to share that with you and give you guys a look into what's going on in my life and how I was able to scale our agency from last December. We started our agency in last December, and we're already over $500,000 in sales since then in our first year. So we're going to be walking you through that process, how I did that, how I create funnels. Basically, you're going to be able to get inside the mind of the funnel doc every day. We're going to be trying to do these Monday through Friday, and we're just going to have a good time hanging out. So also, I want you guys, I'm going to be putting links and things like that where you guys can go and ask questions. Friday, I'm going to be doing, I'm going to steal this from Russell, Funnel Fridays. And we're going to be breaking down funnels. So I'm going to let you guys submit your funnels. If you're interested in this, put your name in the chat. Say, hey, say hashtag Funnel Fridays. If you are interested in this, push hashtag Funnel Fridays in the chat, and I'll contact you, and you can email me your funnels. And we're going to go through different people's funnels, and I'm going to break them down, explain some of the good things about it, some of the bad things, and just help people to in their funnel creation process so they can understand what it takes to be able to create a $1 million funnel. So let me know if that's something that interests you guys. And then I've got an interview. I don't know if any of you guys know Trish Leto, or Leto, I think it is, Trish Leto. Tuesday, she's going to be doing an interview with me on her show, her Facebook Live. So I'll put something in the chat or post about that. So please join in and watch that, because I'll be trying to drop some good knowledge on that podcast. So if there's any questions or anything, always feel free to drop them in the chat. If it's on the replay, do me a favor and put hashtag replay and then your question, and I'll answer it. My 4 pillars, for you guys who don't know actually what I do as the funnel doc, my 4 pillars that I specialize are funnels. And that's all types of funnels, whether you're talking about webinar, e-com, sales funnels, you name it. If it's just, it could be an application funnel, there's all different types of funnels out there, but we specialize in what's up, Osmond? Yeah, definitely. I'll hook you up, brother. So what we specialize in, though, and have had our most success are pretty much in courses, but we do literally all types of funnels. I have a lady right now that's e-com. I've had galvanized siding that we did the funnel before, believe it or not. So we are really good at funnels. The other thing we do is email marketing, and that's the follow-ups for all the emails, the Know, Like, and Trust series, abandoned cart emails, everything you need to have to create an awesome funnel. I think one of the number one problems people have when they think about a funnel is they really think of only that first page. People don't realize, and that's why I think a lot of times people don't know how, what should a funnel cost? You know, how much should I pay for like a full funnel? What is a funnel worth? Well, first of all, I think one of the mindsets that you should get into is what's your return on, what do you want to return on investment? So if you want to make $1 million from a funnel, you know, 10%, 100,000, probably pretty reasonable. I know if I could give you 100,000 and make $1 million, that'd probably be a good trade, right? So that's one of the things I always tell people to think about is like, what do you expect to make out of this? If you only expect to make 50 grand out of it, sure, 1,500 bucks for a funnel is probably reasonable, you know, something like that. But back to what I was saying before, I think people get caught on just the facade or that first page. They don't realize that there's so much more that goes into a complete funnel creation. Because I was talking to a gentleman the other day, and he said now that when people interact with a product or brand, they have to have up to 22 touch points. That's 22 times they have to engage with that product or brand or see it or have it in front of them to where that they will make a purchase. It used to be 12 back in the day, like 20 years ago, 12. But now it's up to 22. And think about this, people, 22, how is that possible? Well, when you first hear about something, what's the first thing you do right off the bat? I know I pick up my phone and I'll Google it, and I have no, desire, most likely, to maybe, but most likely to buy it at that point. I'm just curious. So that's touch point number one, you know. So then I'm going to see it in Facebook. I'm going to see it other places. There are going to be multiple times. And because our attention spans are so low, we have to have multiple touch points before we're able to convert and make that actual sale. So one of the things you have to have in place are emails. You know, yes, emails aren't as strong as they used to be. Open rates are terrible. Click-through rates are horrible, but it still works, you know? So that's the thing. You have to have that component in there. You have to have the follow-up. So when someone comes to your site to buy your product, if they don't buy it the first time, you need to get them into your ecosystem so you're able to hit them again with that email. You're able to hit the follow-up. You're able to put them into what we call know, like, and trust campaigns. So they're building your authenticity. They're building your reputation so that when they are finally have hit those 22 touch points and they're ready to make the purchase, your product or brand are the only thing they think of. So that's what a good email series does, is it doesn't let anyone fall through the cracks. So when they abandon cart, you know, and webinars, usually most of these are going to be, a lot of good emails revolve around webinars, the leading up to the webinar, because one of the big problems with webinars and emails, since we're on the topic, is a lot of people don't have the proper follow-up or lead up to the webinar. So say we're doing a live webinar. Now this won't work for Automate, obviously, but if we're doing a live webinar, you need to build the know, like, and trust factor up. And I like to do that through videos. So one of the great things is as it's getting closer to the actual webinar, if you can send them videos about what the webinar is about. So, you don't want to give away the secrets, but if you can do something like, say for instance, you're doing a webinar on how to sell sales funnels. Well, if you can do little videos showing the need for a sales funnel, why a sales funnel is important, how the upsells, downsells, cross sells, and all that work, then by the time they get the webinar, they've already had the epiphany on why they need a sales funnel. So now it's just pretty much closing that, if that makes sense. Oh, thanks, John. I appreciate it. Yeah. Anybody, like I said, anyone that's coming to Thrive, make sure you let me know, because we're going to have a party here. You guys are more than welcome. I'd love to have you all. So, so that's email. So first of all, you got the funnel itself, of course, and that's important. And I'm going to actually show you guys the different step-by-step when I do this mini course coming up here of what goes into each step for $1 million funnel. Then we have the emails. Then the other thing we do is we do Facebook Messenger bots. Facebook Messenger bots, super thanks, Mom. Super hot right now. Open rates for Messenger bots, 80% comparative to like emails are like 10 to 20 at the most, where 80 is bad for Messenger bots, but 80, 90% open rates. Click rates, 50, 60%. It's disgusting right now, the type of engagement good Messenger bot sequences are getting. And that's the other thing you need to have, is you need to have Messenger bots. You need to be able to build your list, both email and Messenger bot, because these are things that once you have, they can be taken away. So I always tell people too, for a good email list, you should be making roughly $1 for every name on your email list. So if you have a 10,000 person email list, you should be roughly making 10 grand a month just off your email. So for those that you have a huge email list out there and aren't doing anything with it, think about that. So back to the bot. So you need bots. Bots are great because it's another level of engagement. It is not email 2.0. I don't want people to get that in their head. Bots are totally something completely different. It's about the engagement. It's about the conversation when it comes to bots. It's about me as the bot asking a question and you talking and responding back. Because think about this, what's the number one thing everyone likes to talk about when it comes to anything? It's themselves. Everyone likes to talk about themselves, you know. So we use this against a person when it comes to bot or you know, in our favor, however you want to put it, and we'll ask them questions. And a lot of people are like, why do you want to ask questions? Well, this is going to allow us to hyper segment or break down our audience so that we're able to see what their likes, wants, and desires are, how often they're making purchases, what type of customer they are. I mean, it literally will break everything down so that, like, say we're selling wine. Maybe we'd ask a question like, okay, what type of wine do you like? Red, white, etc. That's obvious, right? Well, the next question a bot you might ask is, well, how often do you purchase wine? You know, are you talking like once a week, once a month? How many bottles do you usually purchase when you make your average purchase? Another thing is, what's your average purchase price per bottle? Are you the type who likes a $15 bottle or a $50 bottle of wine? And the reason why I bring this up is because now, later when we have a special going on or we have a promotion, we can target Johnny because we know he likes red. He buys usually 3 bottles a month, every month, and he likes to spend $80 a bottle. So bam, we know exactly who we're targeting. So we're able to follow that up with a message that is only going to that person. I think that's one of the other things that people, big mistakes that people when they do a funnel is they try and talk to too many people. They try and like throw the huge net out there and hope they can just catch every fish, and that just doesn't work, unfortunately. The whole point of a funnel is that laser specific message. You want it to have it so it speaks directly to that person's pain points, their wants, desires, and needs, so that they're able to go through it. They're able to recognize that they have a problem, and then whatever your product is the solution. That's walking through someone that's cold. Some people, when they get this funnel, they might not even know that they have a problem yet or what the problem is. And now, but good funnels walk them through this whole process to where they not only know that what their problem is, but they know your product is the solution for it. And they become an ambassador for your product where they're shouting from the top of the rooftops saying, oh my God, this is the greatest product ever. This seriously is one of the biggest problems of the funnel is when you have multiple, you're trying to hit this demographic and this demographic. You can't do that. Just think about this. The speak of how you're going to speak to a woman about a product versus how you're going to speak to a man about a product is completely different. And if you try and even combine those, sometimes you can get the message so jumbled up, the sale will not happen. Hey, Matt. Hey, what's up, brother? There is no cost to this, man. This is just me helping everyone out and give them a little bit of knowledge. I love talking about funnels. I was just talking about some of the services we provide. And yeah, so anyway, so that's funnels. Sorry, I don't want to get on the two tangents because we're going to have like trainings. This is the whole point of Funnel Doc Live is like I want to have we'll have topics. We're going to have trainings. It's going to be incredible. You guys are going to be able to jump inside this. I don't know if you want to get inside this mind because it's pretty crazy, but you're going to be able to see the inside of what it takes to have $1 million funnel. And so those are some of the, we'll get on funnels back some other day. We don't want to get too crazy. So we have the emails, we have the funnels, we have the bots. The bots, like I said, the open rates. And again, it's about the engagement. It's about talking to people. It's about that hyper segmentation. It's about the follow-up through the bot because a lot of times too, people, when they get that ping, they're much more willing to engage with that, especially if you make it fun. The number one thing that people number one mistake people will make when they're trying to create a bot is they'll try and like trick people a little bit with a bot. They'll be like, oh, I want to make it so a person doesn't know if they're talking to a bot or a person. Number one thing you're going to do right off the bat is people are going to get pissed at you galore if they think that they're talking to a person and all of a sudden they realize at the end of it they've been duped and they've been talking to a bot. So first of all, in your bots, make sure it's a bot, known it's a bot right off the bat. Second thing, engage with a person. Think about this. No one wants to have 6 messages, boop, 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 pop up right away. How annoying is it when you're talking to someone on Messenger and you're halfway through their message and all of a sudden another message pops up before. So now you got to scroll down, you got to find the message again, where you're at. And then by the time you get there, they've another message. You're like, no, I'm trying to figure it out. Slow down. So that's one of the things people do when they create bots is they don't put a long enough delay in there where they don't allow for a response. When you're creating a bot, ask a question, wait for a question, and then, or wait for the answer, and then ask another. Think about tennis. It's like, boom, I'm going to hit the ball on your side. You're going to hit it back to me. I'm going to hit it back to you. We're going to get the dialogue going. That's a point in a bot, and that's what makes it different than email. Email's very static. I send you my message. You engage with it if you want, or you don't. Well, bot, there's multiple levels of engagement. And the great thing is when a person's engaging with it, I like to tell people it's like a choose your own adventure book for your brand or your product. They get to decide, well, I want to learn more about the brand over here, so I'm going to go over here and learn, oh, this is great. I learned everything about the brand. Oh, now I want to go over here and I want to learn more about the product. Oh, I learned everything about the product. And the cool thing is in Messenger, you can actually make purchases now, so we can keep everything inside of Facebook Messenger. We used to have to send them off to like a funnel or another site, but now everything can be in Messenger. So we'll touch more on bots too. We will touch bots. We're going to touch on all the 4 pillars I'm talking about now over time. You know, so we got the funnels, we got the emails, we got the bots. And then the last thing we're looking at is the online advertising. Now, this is one of the things, because the way ClickFunnels and everything's set up, it can work organically, but you already have to have a strong following. And that was one of the things that blessed us with Kevin David, is he had a very strong following. So just pouring gas on it and getting it in that direction for us to be able to hit that 1.2 million in 57 days. But for the normal people, like you and I, that don't have a huge following, you have to be able to pay a little bit for it. And that's where online advertising comes in. Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads, or the Google AdWords. These are the other things we specialize in, being able to get people leads, sales, using these paid traffic services to be able to get people to the funnel, to the bot, so that we're able to make those conversions happen. And that's the thing too, once you get the email list, you get the bot list going, you got the funnel optimized, you've got the Facebook or online advertising, that's the $1 million system right there. That's what it takes. Now, there is the whole organic aspect, and we will touch on that as well too later on in different, you know, trainings and things we get into. But for the average person, if you can come in and you can get those 4 things in a row right there, you can have yourself a product that will easily scalable. And that's the thing with paid traffic that's great. When you're doing it right, you're able to scale it as you go on. So as you're, the way that I like to explain to people is, if I give you a magic box, and every time you put $1 in that box, you could shake it, open it up, and there'd be $3 in. Like, how often are you going to put $1 in there? Like, as often as you can, right? That's the way that good online advertising works. Once you've got the system in place, the ads optimized, you're able to put $1 in and see on return that I'm getting $3 back. So you can scale that up to put $100 in, now get $300 back. It's not quite as easy on our end. If it was that easy, everybody'd be doing it. But that's the you know, the breakdown of how that works, on keeping on the layman's terms. And so that's what we're going to be talking about. Dola, Dola, Dola. That's right, John. So that's what we're going to be talking about during these. I'm going to try and, you know, they could be anywhere from 10 minutes to, you know, an hour if we get rambling on. But I just wanted to thank everyone for joining this. The reason why I would do this is I've talked to a lot of people lately. John was one of them, man. When we were at NinjaCon, it was just amazing. Like, he had heard my story on Kevin's podcast, man, and it was to hear that, like, he said that, like, changed his life. That was amazing. So thank you, John. I appreciate that, brother. That really touched me to know that you know, my story and everything that I've done and the things that I've gone through has made a difference. So that's why I'm doing this, man, because I want to help the people out there that need inspiration, man, because I know how hard it gets. I've been there. I didn't have palm trees back in the day, man. I've fucking alleys and shit, man. I've been there. You know, it's terrible. And just realize no matter how bad it gets, though, like, there is a light. It's going to happen. And it will happen quick nowadays. With the internet, man, it will happen quick. And that's a great thing about the time that we live in. You know, this is a time that with, you know, focus and with energy, you can totally make a difference in your life. Seriously can, man. You can seriously, you can go out there. What's up, man? Thanks, brother. Good day to you, too. I'm Hakeem. We're going to go with last name, brother. Sorry, I don't want to mess up your last name. But seriously, I'm doing this because I want to inspire others. I want to you know, it's funny. It has always been a dream of mine to be like a motivational speaker. I know it's sort of crazy, but it has. It's always been a dream of mine to be able to like to tell my story or tell things and be able to influence others and be able to make a positive change in the world. Because, you know, for me, one of the major things I want, because whether you believe in God or afterlife or whatever it is, we have a limited time here on earth. And I just want people when I'm gone to be like, Jeff was a great guy and he made a huge difference, and I'm really sad that he's gone, you know, because no matter what, we are here for only a small time. So I want to be able to share this time with you guys, give you guys the motivation to know and help you. Like if you have problems, you know, whether it's with your mindset or with your funnels or whatever it is, man. Thanks, brother. I appreciate the understanding. Whatever it is, I want to be here to help you guys out because, you know, I care about you guys. I know it sounds crazy, but I do. I really do. I want everyone to succeed so much because it can happen. The internet, you can take your passion, you can take your drive, you can take your ambition, you can take all that and make anything happen. Here's the crazy thing. I've seen people sell, you know, like everything from dog products to how to make a chicken coop online. Like, I mean, you'd be surprised what people do. Like some of the clients I work with are amazing now. Like for instance, I have these two ladies I work with, and what they're doing right now is they're teaching other network marketers how to properly market. Because let's face it, one of the major problems with network marketing is they don't know how to do either of those words. They don't know how to network or to market. So that's their passion. We're now channeling that so that we're able to make them a business, an empire, an income out of that passion. And you could do that too. Like my sister, she loves, like, say, for instance, sign language. That's really her thing. So we're going to figure out how we can take that passion and channel it. Maybe it's teaching a course. Maybe it's doing, you know, YouTube videos. Maybe it's doing Instagram. Who knows what it is, but that's the thing. And with funnels, that's the thing about ClickFunnels. That's what's so amazing. Before ClickFunnels, this was not possible. None of this was possible because you had to have 17 million other things all working together and pay 17 other different people to get it all hooked up. And now with ClickFunnels, all this is possible. Like you can take, like for instance, okay, what is it? Natalie Portman? No, that's an actress. I'm trying to think of her name. I can't think of her name all of a sudden. She was the one that she had the female incontinence problem, and she hit her 2 comma where she was doing a Facebook Live. She was doing like a squat, and she went to the bathroom. And because she realized that with other ladies, this is a huge problem. She had a problem, saw a solution, took ClickFunnels, was able to show everyone the solution to this problem because of ClickFunnels. $37 ebook or e-product. She's now 2 comma. She's not only helped people all over the world with this problem, but now she's made over $1 million. Another one was this one lady, maybe it's Natalie Hodson was the one I'm thinking of, that she was she's a doctor, and I could be messing up the names. I'm sorry, I get the stories and names mixed up sometimes. But she had noticed that doctors had a huge suicide rate and wanted to help them to be able to, you know, break through this and overcome it and stop this terrible epidemic that was happening in doctors. Used ClickFunnels, used all the follow-up, is now able to make a product to help people with this problem, and is now saving people's lives. I mean, look at that. Like, look at the doctors out there. These are one of the most, I mean, trust me, I wanted to be a doctor at one point. And it's rough, man. They do tons of hours, not a lot of thanks unless they're right there saving your life. When shit goes wrong, they're the first ones to get jumped on, you know. And suicide's really rate is high for them. So she was able to take ClickFunnels and be able to take this problem, solution, making a change in the world. Right now, ClickFunnels, and, you know, I'm going to talk about ClickFunnels a lot. I have a ClickFunnels tattoos. So just realize I'm going to talk about ClickFunnels a lot because it's changed my life. If it wasn't for ClickFunnels, none of this would be possible. Not talking to you, I'd still be broke, homeless. It's terrible. So, but, you know, I look at, it's amazing. I was talking to Todd Dickerson, one of the creators of ClickFunnels, just the other day in chat. And it blows my mind because ClickFunnels has over 302 comma right now. And I think it's 17 X awards. It might be 19, might be more, but at least 17 X awards. That's 300 millionaires that wouldn't be there if ClickFunnels hadn't been created by Russell Brunson. I mean, think about that. There's a good chance that those products would have never been created, the movements, everything behind it. You know, you can't do the things in WordPress without tons and tons and tons of, you know, apps and different things that you can do in ClickFunnels. It's amazing. And then I think about the X, and then that's $10 million. 17 people have made $10 million because of ClickFunnels. And then the amazing thing is I've been blessed to have become friends with a lot of these people in the ClickFunnels community, you know, and they're amazing people, man. Amazing people. It blows my mind, the youth of today. Because, like, some people get down on millennials and the youth, but I'm just like, I see these kids and they're fucking incredible, man. They're always so purpose driven. Like, how am I going to make a difference? What can I do to change the world, man? And they seriously, that's their passion, and they believe it, and they're doing it. That's amazing. I'm like, I talk to some of these kids, man, and they're like, you know, I'm going to say, you know, I'm quite a bit older than some of these guys these other entrepreneurs that I'm engaging with all the time. And it blows my mind. When I was their age, all I could think about was, you know, partying, man. Was just, you know, like, hey, having a good time. When I was in my 20s, that's all I could think about. And you know, and just living life. And these kids already have businesses. They're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some are making millions of dollars a month. And they're all with a purpose-driven mind. Like, none of it's just like, yeah, I want to make $1 million and hang out on the beach. Like, I want to make a 10 million, 100 million. I want to change the world. So, you know, it's I get emotional. You know, I get emotional when I talk about this stuff, dude. I never thought it was possible. You know, I mean, I did. I mean, you know, we all do. But when you're in the shit, when it sucks, you know, it's hard sometimes to think that it's gonna ever be like this. You know, talking to you wonderful people in this amazing house, and just, you know, I have an amazing group of friends now. It's just, it's crazy. So my mom gets mad when I say crazy, because she's like, it's not crazy. This is meant to be. So, you know, anyway, so with that said, you know, I just wanted to say that this is the first ever Funnel Doc. We won't drift off quite so much and talk about me so much. We'll talk about you guys a lot more, because thanks, Jamie, man. You are my friend, brother. You are my friend. But all you are. I mean, seriously, I love all of you guys so much. And, you know, so, but we're going to be talking about some of the things I'm doing. So, like, some of the things I'm working on are like mindset. Like, a lot of you won't believe this, because like some of you know the Jeff now, but you don't know the Jeff back then. The Jeff back then was very angry. He wasn't the happy-go-lucky dude now. You know, I actually one time, and this is embarrassing to say, a guy cut me off, and I followed him in the parking lot and started to fight with him. Like, I mean, who does that shit? Like, that's crazy, right? So over the last couple of years, as this transformation has been happening in my business life, it's been happening in my personal life and my own self, you know, awareness of, you know, how I've affected people. You know, I used to be that guy who, hey, if it was the truth, I'm going to tell you it's the truth because it's a truth. So fuck how you feel. Excuse my language. But that's how I used to be. I mean, seriously. And that, you can't be that way. You have to respect people's feelings, man. You have to respect, you know, we're all equal in this world. We're all equal. Some of us are in a better spot than others, you know. So we can never look down at someone, because you don't know where they are right there. You don't know where spot they are in their life, man. Their fucking family could have just died for all you know, or something. Or maybe he's cut me off because he was on the way to a job interview or something. Who knows? You are not in their shoes. And that's one of the realizations that I've come to over the last couple of years, you know, that you have to be able to put yourself in other people's shoes when it comes to being able to understand their feelings, their emotions, and to appreciate that, man, because you don't know what's going on with it. So, you know, that's one of the things that I want to get. I've been doing some of like Sam Ovens. Sam Ovens training is great for any of you guys right now that are looking some like good mindset training that's good for like building an agency. Especially this first course is really about like sort of building your agency. It talks about some Facebook ads and other things. But for me, the most I got out of Sam's first course was really the mindset there, you know. One of the things, realizations, now some of you are going to think this is silly, but one of the realizations I've come to lately was if you're feeling a certain way, you're feeling that way because you're allowing yourself to feel that way. So, love you too, Mom. So imagine this, like, so I'm sitting across the room and I'm tapping on the desk. Now, there's 10 people in the room besides me. Half the people will say, and these are, you know, theoretical numbers, half the people are this tapping, it's gonna drive them freaking crazy. The other half, not even bother them at all. Why is that? Why is it happening? Because the other half is allowing it to bother them. They, in their own minds, are allowing that to happen. That's the difference. You have to realize that you're responsible for any action or feeling that you're putting out there. So if I let this guy cut me off and get mad at it, it's because I'm allowing myself to get mad about that. If the tapping's happening, it's not the tapping that's bothering, it's me that's letting the tapping bother me. I have to own that. And because of some of this things the self-awareness I've become lately, I've been able to like own a lot of my own problems because I'm like, dude, I'm so far from perfect. That's for damn sure. But I think that's the first step, is like being able to realize that that you have to have awareness of your feelings, emotions, and realize that the only reason you're getting mad, you're feeling this way, is because you're allowing yourself to feel that way. So anyway, that's probably pretty good for today. You know, I just wanted to introduce everything, tell everyone thank you so much. I'm going to be trying to do these more often. Like I said, they're going to have a little bit more of a theme. Today was just sort of an intro, a little story about who I am. Because it's, like I said, it's been a year. I mean, it's been a year, people. And it's, it just hard work. Preparation meets, opportunity. That's all it is. So when that opportunity comes, be ready for it and be willing to work your ass off for it. Because even, like I said, after I met Kevin and we were doing well, I mean, like, it wasn't Kevin's fault. He didn't pay me that much because I was nobody back then, and I hadn't proven myself. I hadn't done anything. So he gave me a little money. And for me and Tori, we were like, woo, yeah, we're fucking rich. Excuse my language. But we did. We thought we were rich. He paid me like, I want to say it's like $6,000. And we thought we were I was like, oh my God, I just made $6,000 making this guy's funnel for him. Like, this is incredible. Like, this is incredible. And then we started doing well. And then Kevin, being Kevin, helped to, let everyone know that I was responsible for everything, and made sure that I got my 2 award. God, I love that guy to death. I mean, as much as I think Russell, I have to thank Kevin even more. If he'd never given me the opportunity to shine and show everyone what I was capable of and what it takes to make a funnel and everything like that, I would never have this chance. And he's like a brother to me. But anyway, sorry, some of these things I'll ramble on, go on tangents. But like I said, keep your eyes open for my mini course. Keep your eyes open for Tuesday, my interview with Trish Leto. I'm going to be doing a lot of podcasts. I'm trying to put a lot of content right now. The more I engage with you guys, the more I feel you guys love, and I see that this is what I was meant to do, man. This is what I seriously was meant to do, is to get out here and to share my story with you guys and to try and make a difference in the world, because I love you guys. So anyway, hashtag replay if you're watching us, a replay. Hashtag live if you're watching live. Ask me some questions. Like I said, we're going to be doing Funnel Fridays, where I'm going to be reviewing people's funnels. I'm going to be breaking it down. Put in there if you want hashtag Funnel Friday, and I'll hit you up and we'll get your links and everything. And maybe next Friday I'll be reviewing your funnel. So don't be afraid to ask questions. I would love to help all you guys out, because I was in your spot one time, and we're taking it to the top, man. This is only beginning. If you thought that the growth that I had in the last year was amazing, and the things that I've done so far, wait till you see what's ahead, because we're going to change the world, people, together, me and you guys. So anyway, love you guys. I'm out of here. Take it easy.